Hello, thanks for tuning in today. So, welcome to Devotions with Daphne. I'm Daphne, and I have a YouTube channel, Devotions with Daphne. And so, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be able to get my devotions in your email every day. Feel free to bookmark it. If you're not able to subscribe, you do need a Gmail address to subscribe. And so, we're going to be starting off the devotions for the next few months with the Max Lucado series, the life lessons series that he does on the a lot of the different books of the Bible. And so we're going to start with the Gospel of John because it's my favorite book of the Bible, and it makes me feel it's the book of the Bible that makes me feel the closest to Jesus when I read it. And so he's got a really amazing story there. He's got, excuse me, teachings. He's got some really amazing teachings from John and also a lot of the other books of the Bible. And, we'll get to those in a few months. So today we're starting off with the Gospel of John, and it's lesson one. And the reading for today is John, it's chapter 1, and it's verses 1 through 18. And I actually just wanted to focus on verses 16 through 18 for our devotion today. And then also question 4. So if you'd like to have a workbook to follow along, feel free. You definitely don't need it because I'll put the verses up along with the video that you can follow along with. And so the topics for the devotions, I'll use one of the questions that are after the readings. And, if you do happen to get a workbook, though, you'll see that there's a lot of, it's really an in-depth study. He has like a reflection section, situation, observations, inspiration. And so the questions are divided up, into those sections. And so I'll pick a question, for our devotion. Because these are, just meant to be, brief and, to the point and, just to give you a word for the day, what God puts on my heart. And so, these studies are a really good guide for that. So, John, and so we know John the Baptist, which John, the writer of the Gospel of John, talks about John the Baptist, but they're two different people. And so, as you may know, that John the Baptist, actually Jesus' cousin, and so John the Baptist's mother was Elizabeth, and she was a cousin to Mary. And so John the Baptist, he's a little older than Jesus. He was born before Jesus, but they're actually cousins, so they're relatives. And then he was also a preacher. They referred to him as rabbi in the Bible also. That's a title that they referred to Jesus as well. And so he was like the forerunner. He's been given the name the forerunner. So he foretold of Jesus' coming and, told people to get ready because the Messiah is coming. And so they talk about John the Baptist in this passage here in the readings for today. And so, however, we're going to start in verse 16. And so it says, because he was full of grace and truth, from him we all received one gift after another. The law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, but God, the only Son, is very close to the Father, and he has shown us what God is like. And so I like this, and then, it happens to be one of the questions that I'm going to go over today. And so question 4 talks about, how we benefit from the grace and truth of Jesus. And so it says basically right here in verse 16 that he was full of grace and truth, and from him we received one gift after another. And so, I believe that means like our spiritual gifts. Some of us have the gift of prophecy. Some of us have the gift of dreams. Some of us have the gift of tongues. And then also, our physical gifts. Like, a lot of us are talented in music and in sports, and some of us are talented like in fashion design and fixing things mechanical. And so all those gifts come by way of Jesus's grace. And so and our talents, things that we're talented at, and things that just come naturally to us. And so these are things that we could not do on our own. Now we practice to perfect the gifts that Jesus has and that God has bestowed on us. But just the fact that we have that gift, it comes from his grace. And so, and then how we benefit from the truth of Jesus, and knowing who Jesus is that it's just what it is. We know the truth about him. So when we know the truth about him, then we know him, and then we can develop a relationship with him, and walk with him throughout life, in with the blessed assurance that that we will see him in heaven someday. So, well, thank you for tuning in for lesson one. I hope that it's been a blessing to you. And so I will see you next time for lesson two. You take care and God bless.